Hello viewers, welcome to MTP YouTube channel Manandran Devesam, your lovable Mayilvanan. Today's topic, parenting tips to deal with your teenagers. Before going to the topic, I would like to inform you that the same topic has been uploaded with different languages. One is Tamil, another one is Hindi, and those videos has been copied in the description box. Whenever you get a time, just watch those videos too. Thank you. Okay, now let's move on to the topic, parenting tips to deal with your teenagers. So, who are these teenagers? Who are they? Less than 2 years they are called infants, and after then they are called kids, and approximate around 12 to 20 or 22 somewhere. During these ages, the people are called teenagers, and the person who called as adults exactly means like the person, either male or female, who stands their life individually, their own incomes, etc. and etc. The person is called adults. Later on they move to the parents. Now, how teenagers is most important, because every teenager struggles with their confusions, with two different confusions. One is that makes, by nature it makes them confused. One is bodial changes. The bodial changes is something technically called as puberty, and the another one is adolescence. Adolescence, like such their behaviors, their inventions on finding a new friends, or involving on such characters like alcohols, cigarettes, such and etc. and etc. So, now how important to deal with their teenagers as a parents. We all knows, as a parents we do advise our kids. Now in this stage, as a teenager, we have to advise it, but something like in a different way. But how it is? Instead of advising your teenagers, give them an examples like creating a short stories like making something past stories in a very short durations, like 4 or 5 minutes. That stories should give an exact picture what you are trying to expose, trying to advise your kids. During those stories, either you or your kids as a teenagers, none of these characters should be involved in those stories, because involving such characters in the stories again will make them the trouble, again will make them confused, because teenagers are more abstract on their behaviors, on their expectations, on their involvement. Why? Because at these stages they do something differently and new things. Their involvement will be much more on the new things. Example, doing hairstyles, changing their dressing sense, and finding a new friendships. Example, finding a new friendships mainly on getting focused on opposite gender. So such kind of behaviorals is called adolescence. So during these ages, as a parents, mother as a female, because how important is during these bodial changes, this is much more important. Sharing the stories or conversations within the gender is much more important. Mother to your daughter, you both can give some stories and examples, or if possible, if you are, how freedom you are to your kids, so based on that, give them a direct and perfect in descriptions about their bodily changes, informations about their bodily change, why it has been happening, why it is, why it was not at the past. Such kind of informations they need it, because they are fully confused at these stages. They need some explanations and they are seeking it. Those seeks, they can't expect from the outside, from the external person. They need those explanations within the family itself. That is why, that is where they are now. This is the situation makes them. Now, based on your conversations through these stories, why I am insisting to give them as a stories, because as a teenagers they are completely denied about the giving them advice. So instead of advice, make yourself, make perfect yourself, becoming as a mentor. Mentor is such like a psychologist, advisor, external advisor, because the person like an external person will makes them feel, but it's not a complete an external person. That is, the person who is called an external person is parents. As a parents, you have to mold yourself as a mentor. Once you get into this and make familiar based on their two different changes, because identifying two different changes is much more important, because at many stages we ourselves struggles to give them a proper information, because we always goes in direct to the kids and say that no, this is not the right way, no, this is wrong. Such kind of advices stop it. And start giving them these stories. These stories will make them the perfect manner and perfect solution. They will get some solutions. How? Because they won't stop at their stages. They will be keep on doing it, but the future gives the perfect answer from these stories. Those stories will make them to realize it. That realizations makes them to feel, okay, our parents are the right guardian, right mentor, because they have to feel that their parents are monsters, because there is none of the people who can guide them in the proper way. Such kind of feelings they need it. So when you feel this, there are still many things like they are rigid to something, focused on new intentions, new inventions, like trying some alcohols or trying some cigarettes, or trying some datings with their couples. Finding out their opposite gender is much more important, because this is the stage naturally gives their such a feelings, such a characteristics, sexual characteristics, thinkings. So during this period, this is not their intention to go in depth on this, it's by nature. So as a parents, we always needs to welcome such things in a positive manner. You first welcome those things and start monitoring them. Keep on monitoring them during this monitoring, because this by nature it happens is. So now as a parents, husband and wife, you both have to start conversations in way like creating some stories within yourself and keep discussing within yourself. That discussions should be much clear visible to your teenagers, because you are not directly conveying such stories to your teenagers, because this is the important way. They need some privacies. That is why they are seeking some privacies from the parents. So always welcome that privacies and make them clear path, because their life is much more important to us as a parents. So to deal there, once you get into monitoring them and identify those involvement where they are involving much more either on their studies or having a relationship from the opposite person or some different kind of activity behaviors. So once you get into this and finalize that there are some issues, there are some problems on his life, so how to deal now? So how to deal with those kids now? Because you have identified by monitoring such kind of behaviors, habits. When you get into this in a patience manner, start conversing with your teenagers very politely in a humble manner. Humble such like as a parents, father or a mother, get them the details, like boosting them, that this is really good, you are doing such a good things, it seems like you are performing well in your studies, such kind of boosting words. By this you can get those details where they are involved, where their involvements are more, why they are. So those details when you gathered it, examples mainly should be focused when they focused on the opposite gender friendship, whether it's at the right friendship, whether their relationship is the right one, or when it is big, when it is wrong, or something misbehavioral friendships. So such kinds, such situations as a parents, make them to give some conversations in front of you, because those situations, having some conversations in front of the parents is makes them feel and comfort and happy, because our parents are the right guardian, they feels it, and they surprise on welcoming such situations. So they will be much frank to their opposite gender friendship and even to you as a parents. Now they will be interacting each other very openly and in an open manner, I can say that. So in these conversations, example I can say you that there is a Tamil movie Appa, you can search it in a Google also, Appa Tamil movie, Samutrakani direction and action. That's a very nice movie and a nice messageable movie. That's so. This movie gives a very clear picture how parents to act with to their kids. Okay, let's come to the topic now. Such situations, gather the informations, keep it within yourself and analyze it whether it is a right friendship or something misbehaviorals or something in a wrong way. When you feel that it's a wrong way, convey with those opposite persons, opposite genders parents in front of your kids again. So make a friendly relationship, friendly family, you can say that. Such a kind of a relationship again makes them a perfect way, perfect relationship. Even if there is a problems, that makes them perfect, and they will get some clear picture. This is how our parents expecting from us. So that gives the positive boosting to their relationship, to their friendship, etc. So when you get into this, teenagers again involved on such kind of activities, that makes them their sleeping durations very less, and even their privacies, they try to mold their situations, because such they have to, as a parents we have to appreciate them, such, because they are trying to make some privacies, but they were struggling at some locations. For that they are seeking your help, that you are, by the monitoring you are getting into that. So you always try to encourage your kids, because encouragement is much more important at this stage for the teenagers, because they need it. They needed some sugar free words, sugars words like romantic, romantic, even you can add that, because nowadays many medias even giving that itself, like our YouTube platform or channels, televisions. So in front of your kids, make them much free, give them full freedom on these activities, take them outings, family get together, picnics, such kind of things. During these situations, still you have to gather some informations, gathering such like it's not exactly like treating your teenagers in a different way, because as a monitor, as a mentor, you have to gather some informations from the teenagers. That is how you are once you're getting into this, encourage, keep on encouraging, encourage it, because teenagers are in a different categories. Some teenagers are more crazy and more enthusiastic people, and some teenagers are very lazy kind of people, and some teenagers is much more important, they looks more depressed because of this many kind of confusions. So this more we have to identify and distinguish these kind of people, and monitoring yourself. Till when? Now we are almost at the end of this topic. Till when? Till your teenager becomes feels they are a freedom, they have their own freedom life, independent life, they have to survey their independent life on their own decisions, focusing on their new things, etc. Many things, till you make them perfect and you make them to feel that they are perfect and right path, they are in the right path. Once they feel such kinds, and immediately you will be giving them as separate responsibilities, additional responsibilities, we can say that, like parent. Now they have their own individual family, couple, engaged themselves. So such situations makes them again they need some again they need some support from you. Now when they become as a parent, as a new individual freedom, individual life, based on this I have given a separate topic to mutual understanding. At this you can watch those videos, how as a parents your involvement should be on these newly married couples. So many things are there as a teenagers, as now parents till these adult ages, your focus and your monitoring should be full in full on your teenagers, because they need your guidance, they need some guidance, and to make them clear on their confusions, and they need a freedom too. So respect all this and give them and encourage them all these freedoms. Okay friends, this video, if you like it, please press the like button and share this video to all your friends and families, and don't forget to subscribe our channel. Behind that there is a bell icon, please press it.